Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kirtan. So, Kirtan is singing mantras in a group, essentially. Um, in the West, Kirtan has been, of course, taken over by white people and made very serious. My experience of Kirtan with Indians has been much more joyful, a lot more like just getting into it with wild abandon and like sort of bad singing and loud and people just like filled with joy and lots of movement. And the Hare Krishnas are known for, dancing and singing in the streets and singing mantra Hare Krishna all the time. It's a form of bhakti yoga, which means devotional yoga, and the devotional part is singing mantra over and over in a group, singing about God and singing about love. And Kirtan, in its modern form, uses some Indian music and some mostly Indian mantra and some modern stuff. Actually, Alanis Morissette's brother has written some Kirtan mantras. They can be small, they can be large. Here, I went to one at a place called Kaivalya, which is here in San Marcos. It's like an ashram and yoga school. And 4 people sat in the front, 2 women and 2 men. One man played bongos, one played the guitar. There's an instrument which I don't know the name. It's sort of like an organ thing. It's at every kirtan. Sometimes there's like shakers, and sometimes people in the crowd get involved. And they would start it off, and then you just join in when you're ready. And it's done by donation. They usually last a couple hours. Yeah, I really like it. Every single time I go to kirtan, the same thing happens, which is I sit, at first I'm quiet and I just listen, and then when I know one of the mantras, then I sing really loud, and at some point the music just kind of takes over me, and with my eyes closed and my hands in prayer, I almost always cry some sort of gratitude. And I know it sounds cheesy, and trust me, every kirtan I've gone to in the West or led by Westerners, in the beginning it's got that feeling of like, oh, I'm not a hippie enough, or what if I don't know the music, or I don't fit in, or I don't know these people, or, it's it's got that you can't sit with us vibe. But if you can just get past that, if you can just go to a kirtan. They are definitely happening for free at churches in the same way that you can go to an AA meeting. And a lot of times there's good vegetarian Indian food with it. And if you chant Hare Krishna over and over and over in a group, I promise you when you leave, you're going to feel like you smoked a big yoga joint. I don't know anyone that leaves kirtan and they're not happy. If you want to know more about it, the sort of Jay-Z and Beyonce of Kirtan are Ram Dass and Diva Premal. When they have concerts, they're not married and they're both white, ironically, but when they have concerts, when they put up their tickets for sale, they sell out like this. And you can listen to it at home. Like, I do listen to a little bit of it, but listening to it is not the same as participating. And really, it's one of those super crazy hippie things that only happens in hippie towns. In Bali, there was lots of them. Here in San Marcos, there's lots of them. It's such a good alternative to going out, getting faced with a whole bunch of strangers, and then banging some guy or girl you don't even like much anyway. It's a really great Friday night alternative. So, whatever. Something to try out, right?